Is this your homework, Larry? Hey, traders. Welcome to the Monday stream. Good to see y'all. It's a new week, and yeah, I mean, you had index funds that sold off today. You had Apple that sold off today that drove the Qs. QQQ, NASDAQ 100, which is tech. We'll look at that. The QQQ itself is not in a very good spot. Oil sold off. I mean, 85%, I believe, of all the stocks today were red. So not particularly a good day. Kind of interesting how Bitcoin just kind of like it dumped. It didn't do well, but you know, it's not collapsing. It's at 16,200 still. It's right at that November 28th, 2020 low. I'm still right there, but you can kind of see what's developing now, like a base of buying, and there's just distribution right now. I mean, obviously, this could change anytime. Could turn into a rectangle, whatever, but the current data we have after the huge drawdown, downsloping resistance and a horizontal line support, which is inherently very bearish, right? This is a redistribution pattern in the making, but pretty early in its development. If we're starting to try to identify something, daily is rough. I mean, you have failed to break out of the bearish control zone. Not good, man. It's been that way. Bitcoin's just not been showing anything good at all. Now, a select few altcoins are not in this category, but I would say 99% of crypto's about as dog crap looking technically as Bitcoin. Just meaning probably setting up for lower prices. All right. Dang, dude. What's up, Ross, man? Holy crap. That was... Can we get some hype in the chat? Oh, my ticker's not? Yeah, I got that. Hold on. Thank you.
Ross tipped $100. Doge.
Thank you so much, freaking Ross. Are you kidding me, dude? Mississippi Jesus, man. I know you're out there. What happened to my audio? Where'd it go? What'd you do? Did you break my music, man? I don't know. Hold on. Wow, so much chaos. What was I doing? I was doing something, and then you just kind of like messed up my mind, dude. I think it's the same thing for a stream. You know, like for a guy, if a guy sees a pretty girl, like legitimately, he loses IQ points initially. It's kind of like if you tip me $100 like that, I kind of like lose IQ points for a moment. So it's just like, but yeah, we'll look at Doge. I don't know what's happening. I think we're good. Yeah, flash banged for sure. Mother of God. Wow, that was...
Sorry I broke your radio. Tipped $100. Ross.
Let's go, dude. Let's go. Hype the chat for freaking Ross. Can't remember if you're I think you're a rebel, right? You're not a bulldog. And sorry if you're lost if that's the case. Can't remember. Maybe you refresh me on that. Thank you so much. So anyway, that's Bitcoin daily. I mean, is there a point of looking at the 4 hour? We can. Thanks so much, dude. Holy crap. It's the same thing. I mean, I could paint the same trend lines and they're visible here. It's distribution. It's pathetic. It's really sad. Bad price action. It's not bullish. I'm sorry. And what sucks is because you do have some altcoins like Doge, and since you're tipping $200, we're gonna look at Doge before Ethereum. And Doge, man, it's pretty solid for now until, you know, Bitcoin collapses and crashes and it's just ruined, right? But dang, something really good happened as of today, yesterday, right? You had that August high we've been eyeballing forever, and you know, you broke it yesterday. Oh, it's the hottie toddies. Sorry, man. Dude, y'all had it. I don't understand how y'all were done and then...
Ross tipped $100. RT and hottie toddy. Winking face.
Yeah, sorry about the Egg Bowl, man. Y'all had it. Will Rogers choked royally. It's probably the biggest choke ever besides, you know, one of y'all's players doing the dog peeing thing. You remember a couple of years back? And then y'all just didn't get, I don't know, the shuffle pass didn't work on the 2-point conversion. Sorry, dude. But hey, at least you're keeping your coach, and Auburn's getting Hugh Freeze, the afterthought. So, thanks, dude. Wow, that's $300, right? Yeah, that's counting $300 in 10 minutes. Rebel Ross, indeed. I like that name. Yep. Chad Ross, too. That's good, too. All right, so that's what happened. Okay, a bullish breakout, engulfing candle, decent volume, and a formal back test of what was once resistance is now support. Remember, it was resistance. Then it was resistance, you know, from the 9th all the way to the 16th. It was resistance on the 26th, but you broke it. You did something you haven't been doing, and I think that's pretty cool. Positive Momo's building, pretty close to the bullish control zone. You know, those are good things. I don't know how it can just continue what it's doing if Bitcoin collapses, but it's been outperforming the living crap out of Bitcoin, hardcore, and Ethereum, and BNB, many others, right? So that's for us. $300 contribution right there for Doge, okay? Off the type 2 return, right? I mean, after it pivoted and you engulfed, I mean, you had that day. I mean, you got as high as you were up 39% in 4 days. You've certainly pulled back. You're only up 20% now. But again, maybe if you can just hold above this level long enough, more buyers will come in and we'll catch another huge rally like we've seen in the past. And your target, I think, would be probably around 12 cents to 14 cents. Just, I'm trying to think about how it can work out if Bitcoin collapses, because Bitcoin looks like it's going to collapse, you know? All right, so that's your Doge, your 5th largest crypto in the world. Ethereum, here it is. Terrible, dude. Just really, really bad. I mean, 1224, 1223 has been regarded as resistance. Wow, that's 400 now. Let's freaking go, man.
Ross tipped $200. Here is some dollar for the furnace.
For the furnace. Yeah, I'm not much of a strip club guy, but I appreciate it. Probably be paying my contractor since I'm trying. Look, dude, you don't even want to know what happened last night. You can't even, you wouldn't believe it, because I still don't believe it. I don't even know if I want to go into it, okay? Because it's so ridiculous. It's so unbelievably ironic, okay? It's happening in my life.
Does ape/US look good for a short? 8 hours bearish retest showing Class B bearish divergence after a breakdown of a descending triangle. In a bear market. Peace, 0.01719734 ETH.
Wow, thank you for the frickin' 20 of Ethereum, Dow Jones. Seems like it's going to be worth less soon. It's okay, whatever. I don't know, but because I don't normally scan Ape Coin, because it's Ape Coin, dude. Like pretty much one of the epitomes of what's wrong with crypto. Ape stuff, Ape Coin, NFTs of monkeys and rocks and bananas, dude. Well, look, I can guarantee that. All right, so same thing, descending triangle, right? Distribution and a buy wall, horizontal buy wall. And what's the problem? What's problematic is you have a formal bearish successful back test of a dead cat bounce from 2018. Right, on the daily, market participants push the price just to retest, reconfirm the validity of what was once resistance many years ago, is now resistance again. That's terrible, man. I don't care what happens after doing that. That's like the worst possible scenario. Look, it was support before, it was support again. Look, dude, it was resistance. It didn't end well last time you rejected the same level, right? Back in the summer. I mean, you went down to 996 twice. So how is this good? This is so bad. This is so bearish on Ethereum. Despite how good Doge looks, Ethereum looks like garbage. Like almost like time to collapse. Sorry. Well-established downtrend. Those things have kind of happened in the past few days. We were eating turkey. They were trying to get us while we weren't paying attention. All right, so bad. BNB, bad, really bad, was down like worse than most yesterday. This is something, you know how I feel about BNB. Like, it's in between two mega levels. So Exhibit.
Dollar atom on the 4 hours, please.
Yes, we will look at Atom. That it's one of the 99% that's just not great, We'll look though. Thank you, dude. I mean, outperforming because of the crazy run it went on this summer, but I think that'll all be given back at some point. Anyway, just thank you. We will look. BNB. To me, I wouldn't even care about it till 225 or 350, right? I mean, I think it's probably going to see 225 at some point. When Bitcoin collapses, goes down to 12K, 13K, Ethereum goes down to 800 something dollars, BNB is eventually going to make its way to 225. Okay. And if it ever breaks 225, $200, $40, $40. It's not good, man. It's just like the winter is not over. How could the winter be over when you're just making lower highs? Oh, it's rough, man. It's really rough. And I hate it because it's like, man, I'm not being negative, dude. It's just reality. And I think that's why I watch stream, because I'm not going to try to give you like false hope and stuff. Like, hey, if something technically looks good, we know what it looks like when it looks good, right? Consecutive higher highs, higher lows. But this is terrible. This is awful. This is like multitude of rejections of 350. It's over, dude. That's the biggest bull trap of the year right here. Biggest bull trap of the year. The bull's trapped underwater, and it's going to get worse, most likely. Sorry. Okay, so BNB, and then we can look at XRP. Then we'll go to the quad screen and look at all of them on the 60-minute. XRP, I mean, it's like still okay.
Auburn is a revolving door of coaches. Since Sagan's arrival, Auburn has had as many head coaches as Savannah has won championships. 6.
Yeah, Alabama 11-4 since Saban took over. Yeah. Yep. Who's Sagan though? You talking about Carl Sagan, Rush? I don't think Carl Sagan's ever coached Alabama, but maybe. I might be off. Someone will look that up. Thanks. Team was probably really smart. Anyway, you've got some issues now. I mean, like, how is this happening? How in the world is all of a sudden, and then just like that, hidden bearish divergence is beginning to develop on the daily? You see it. Right? It's not my opinion. It's like you made a high. You see the level on the histogram. Now you're making like this pathetic, like almost bear flag trash rally that's not even coming close to threading the previous high. You're about to fall back below the 200-day moving average, and now you're making substantially higher levels on the histogram. That implies a continuation downward. That didn't exist 2 days ago. It was kind of like, hey man, this is pretty cool 2 days ago. Now the new data is like, if Bitcoin dumps, XRP is going to dump too. That's going to further continue the maturation process of the hidden bearish divergence on the daily, right? It's going to keep losing positive momo, and then it's going to be really confirmed. And then 25 cents if Bitcoin collapses, it's the harmonics there. It was like one that's kind of okay. The 1%. It's like, maybe some hopium. But just that happening, it's like, wow.
Hey Mitch, can we have a look at Tesla? Thanks.
Yeah, Mr. Singh, what's up, dude? Yeah, we'll look at Tesla that hanging on. It's like Bitcoin, like hanging on by a thread here. Like it fell below it last week, and then Friday, like a miracle 8% rally got you back above it. And then I think like stuff today happened where it kind of held. And dude, you got Tim Cook responded finally to Elon, and he trolled like hard, right? You know, he said what, like, thanks for your feedback. Now pay up your 30% or something, like Elon did to, you know, whatever, the LARPing politician, whatever her name was. Yeah, so I don't know how that's going to go. We need to look at Apple and Tesla because of the thumbnail in itself, right? So we just looked at the big five cryptos, market cap wise. Look at the quad screen real quick so we can play.
I like turtles.
There's bears out here.
All right, top left Bitcoin, top right Ethereum, bottom left XRP, bottom right Binance. 60-minute charts, you can just see they're range bound, right? You can see a range, but where are the buyers? Why are the buyers not pushing us to higher highs and taking us to the top of the range, quote unquote, right? That's why I painted that on the daily. It's just distribution failures, pathetic. Ethereum that had broken a supply line of sorts. What a joke, dude, right? I mean, it's like no one is buying. It's like lower highs, probably headed down to 1100 again. And then your XRP that was trying to breach its little range, you're back in it easily. Probably going to back test 39.6 cents. And if Bitcoin wants to roll over, you know this is going back down. Bottom of the range down here. Weak stuff, man. Binance Coin that was trying to get above a $300 inflection point locally. You can see it a multitude of times. It's been regarded as resistance. Well, you're below it now. So historically, even locally this year, what happens when it falls below $300? It goes straight back down to 260, 258. Well, that's probably where you're headed on Binance Coin on the 60-minute, okay? And just, yikes, dude. Catch a break. Here's your total, like, right, hey, man, fine like a fruit fly. That's the anthem of total. I mean, I'm just going to... Fine like a fruit fly. This is it, man. That's how fine you are. Previous cycle top, 2018. Every day we look at it. You held it in June. Pathetic. That was it. What a loser. Okay, non-distribution confirmed. And look locally. Oh, it's so bad, man. It's like, I mean, maybe someone can just tell me I'm completely wrong in my assessment of things, but just the highs locally, then the same lows, slightly lower, and then the lower highs rolling over. Now you're back at this same level. How is that not fine like a fruit fly? Because you haven't broken it per se, but I think next time you do, it's going to be really bad. You're talking a 692 level. It's a candle high close from January 2018, but really eventually, man, like you're talking way lower, 420, 388 billion. So that's it. That's your fine like a fruit fly total market cap, dude. Jeez. You ever heard that? Dude, you need to go watch Breaking Bad, man. That's where I got it from. It's Saul Goodman, man. Okay, let's go to Apple because Apple's a market driver. And on this whole weird instance of drama, it did not fare well today. It down 2.63%. It gapped down on Friday, and it's gapped down again. It's put in a lower high. What's concerning about Apple now is the fact that, well, you tested and rejected the 200-day moving average. You've done that before. Did it again, and now there's such little demand and or too much supply that market participants are unable to see that level again, right? This time, you weren't even able to get up to touch it again. Really weak, really weak. Bearish convergence because it made a lower high, so it can't diverge. It only converges. It's ugly, man. It's pretty ugly, and you're probably coming back down to 138 again. Like you broke below that peak from 2021, and yeah, that 137, 138 is going to be tested again. You're going to see what you're made of, and after the lower high was put in, I have no confidence in Apple and have more confidence to believe you will be going much lower. There was bullish divergence, man. Bullish divergence manifested into attempted rally, and what's the most recent data we can see on the chart? A lower high. Distribution. Wait a second. Distribution. This is new to us on Apple. Oh, wait. No, it's not. Apple's been showing freaking distribution since early this year. Over and over and over again. Now it's so weak. Think about it. Like you're making these lower highs here. Shouldn't this thing be like pivoting, rallying, and going up to test the supply line again? No. Insiders are out, man. They took their profits. Okay, so I think you'll get some acceleration in the future. Apple will go through a very healthy correction from its lows. I mean, you have not just this whole Apple weird, let's stop freedom of speech, let's stop advertising with Twitter just because we don't like the guy, we don't like Elon, and then also the whole China drama, right? The lockdowns and the uprising, and $6 billion going to be wiped off Apple's revenue because of that stuff. It's just bad voodoo, bad conditions for Apple right now. So pay attention to it. It drives the market. Largest market cap stock in the world. Then we can go to Tesla because of the face-off. I'm talking about there's a falling wedge with bullish divergence. You had broken out last week. You even back tested on Friday on the half day. Was it the half day? I think so. And you held, right? You're like, what are you holding, man? Look at these, like this low from March of 2021 and May of 2021. You're like just barely above it, broken out this wedge. I mean, like, I don't know how much leg it's gonna have. I don't have any faith in it. I'm just telling you where it is right now, not tomorrow. What it's doing today and yesterday and the day before. That's what I got on Tesla. So what do y'all think? Y'all think Tesla's going to actually perform off this low and run to 209? Because that would be the target. If Tesla successfully held this 181, 180 area and it was going to run, it'd be going to 209. But even if it goes to 209, man, bear trend, distribution. It's like Apple, but a little bit more far along. This is what you will probably end up seeing eventually on Apple. This chart right here. Yeah, and you know, Elon, if you didn't know, I'm sure everyone in the world did today, but he did say if they take Tesla, or they take Apple, if they take Twitter off of the App Store, the Apple App Store, Elon's going to be exploring ways to start his own smartphone company or whatever, that's like earth-shaking words. Got to wonder how everything's going to go, man. This is wild. We are living in insane times. We are walking among giants right now, battling it out. We good on audio? Audio levels okay, man? Yeah, everyone okay? Y'all make it through the day? Haven't really read chat much. We've been going. Okay, yeah, he's building his own satellite infrastructure. That's cool too. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we can look at the index funds, just the S&P. S&P unable to achieve the 200-day moving average like it saw briefly August 16th. Diverging to some degree. Definitely showing bearish divergence on, maybe not the daily. I mean, that's very close. That could be argued bearish divergence, but 12-hour, it's there, man. 8-hour, 6-hour, whatever. It's the same freaking histogram, man. Really? There you go. Really, really bad bearish divergence on the 6-hour, on the 4-hour. It's like one high and then the slightly higher high, exhaustion. Yeah, at any time, man. This has been going on since mid-October. So we're talking like 6-week bear market rally, similar to what we saw in June. It looks like it'll be coming to a close soon. These are not the times to be taking fresh longs, right? I mean, you just think about it like this, right? It's just like, what in the... Really, dude? You want to be like longing this? In a like an undeniable, ungodly bear trend, you want to be like messing around with this, a bearish continuation pattern that is extremely well developed. You do not want to be messing with this, man. You know what this means? This means eventually that. Yeah, it's beautiful though. It's a very pretty structure. This is, if you flip the chart over, this is the dream. This is amazing. You're in a well-established uptrend and you have downsloping price action, and it's converging. That's amazing. Potential opportunity for a long. Right, you're getting near over sold territory in the uptrend. Just kidding, because it's opposite day. It's all bearish, man. All bearish. Right, so you can come up with whatever arguments without TA, but this is the argument with traditional technical analysis, and it's screaming eventually lower. Like you could continue on up to, right? You're not completely out of the, you know, the structure. There's so much more like it could run and still be contained within the parameters of it, but you're getting near that 4,058 level. You're showing some bearish divergence now. It's even like you could argue it on the daily. You haven't seen the 200-day moving average. You might be so weak you can't. The way Apple looks, Apple will take this down. And all the big tech stocks too are looking pretty ugly again. Okay. Dow Jones, which had been doing way better because of energy. Well, energy is getting ready to be done, man. So yeah, you're back. You're still above that key level. This is the last place you want to be taking fresh longs, right? This is where profit taking is a good idea. Just because after a run like that and what you're seeing on the S&P and where we know the XLE is, and really look at this. I mean, you have something like you broke it today. Look at this. You're screwing around on the 4 hour. I mean, you have that a bearish breakdown. You broke the wedge maybe up here. Very, very real bearish divergence. Like it's there. It's nasty. It's 1, 2, 3. It's like triple bearish divergence on the Dow Jones, you know. Dang, it's like you could even plot like that on the daily. Yeah. First level of negative momentum we saw today since October 4th. What a run, man. It's incredible. What a run. But the NASDAQ, ugliest of the four. Back inside that downtrend. It's not as well established as like a rising wedge like you saw on the S&P, which is crazy, but it is showing like very real, like one high, then the second high, and it's like what? Lower levels about this. I mean, it's a bearish divergence either way. Weak, man. Probably 10,800 and 10,500 next, but poor Russell 2000. I know, man. It sucks, dude, because it was the best looking one, but I'm sorry, man. Look at this 200-day moving average being rejected again. Don't do that, man. Don't you do it. Could be time to collapse again. I mean, look at this. Back in December of 2021, January 2022, would the 200-day moving average act as the top? What happened in August? The top. What about now? Could be the same. This is where the party's been ending on this index fund. Down 2% today. Yeah, bearish divergence on the daily is there. It's there, man. On the MACD histogram, first level of negative momentum you're seeing today since October 3rd. So we're talking like 2 months. All right, so those are the index funds. We look at the Qs too, right? Why not?
Technology, what is that all about? Is it good or is it whack?
It's pretty whack. Pretty whack. Exact same thing as NASDAQ in ways, I mean, about identical course. So gaps to fill, gap at 263 is probably going to fill in time. It's really bearish right now, man. Downtrend. It's so, look, you know, you can't even see the 200-day moving average. Okay. Golds. Sorry, man. Remember, gold hit an 88% retrace. It reacted perfectly, not just the 886, but also the massive inflection point from history, and has just been unable to launch or do anything after that. Think if these index funds roll over, it's probable gold's going to continue its downtrend. Remember, it's in a well-established downtrend right now. Even after this awesome run, man. I know it's great. It was like, oh my God, endorphins and euphoria, but it's still a lower high than the previous
Michi,
high.
Been talking with Grandma about her stock portfolio. She says the gains went sour this year, so she's looking at crypto. Should I tell her about Pulse, Dogecoin?
I'm afraid she might buy and might get wrecked because, you know, it's at that level where it's attempted to do stuff and it's failed. It's looked pretty awful lately, and we'll definitely look at it in a sec. Thanks, dude. The 886, a completed W. Maybe at 1682 we get a formal back test. That might be an area, a better area to eyeball than maybe a left shoulder head, right shoulder could be developing on like a 3-day weekly. But for now, this is just not a very great spot. I mean, it's no strategy involved with longing gold right here. Silver, same situation, right? You made an 88% retrace from the high to the low. We could paint this as an M shape, man, if you want to. Or a W, excuse me. I mean, whichever one. I mean, you could make it a shark. The initial touches like this. Yeah, it's perfect. Perfect textbook bear shark. I don't know how you'd be looking at silver wanting to long it right now. Your well-established downtrend, massive bearish complex wave structure has completed, and now you're locally making lower highs. Is just not a good spot, man. But rejecting the 200-day simple moving average. The argument's for like more downside here. I hope it doesn't, but I'm just saying, right? I wouldn't be ignoring bearish patterns and bearish trends, especially these W's. Wow, you know, commodities. We had some good and some bad. Let's go to, you know, copper real quick. You know, copper, man. Hey, man, it's like both. It's like it did a bullish thing and a bearish thing. It's like bear flagging, like massive, ugly bear flag. Bearish consolidation in a bear trend. Okay, so probably eventually 343 again, you know, and then eventually you'll break that and you'll head down to the next levels. I think eventually copper will bottom out at 250. The 886, right, where you got the low from the COVID crash to the highest high. 88, well, dang, man, like 231 is the actual 886 down here, but that's really close to a lot of support. So that's your target, eventually your long-term target on copper. So yeah, just bear flagging right now, man. Bearish consolidation, bearish trend pretty much went up and rejected the 200-day moving average. Wow, we haven't seen that before. Oh wait, we see that like almost everything now in these trends, these downtrends, right? All right, let's go US oil. I don't think this is going to end well. This is, you know, people are like, dude, are buyers going to defend this level? I don't think so. I think if they were, you were going to get like really nice continuation, like off that hammer, the 6.6% hammer on US oil on the 21st. I think you'd be getting follow through. None. Completely invalid. And just, you made your lowest price today, intraday. US oil made its lowest price since December 27th, 2021. That's not bullish. Not bullish at all. Type 2 return the miniature bearish cipher. Yeah, $61 when you fall below 75 for real. So just, good luck, man. The trend reversed, in case you're new. That's one form of energy. We could then look at another, which is natural gas, which was up today. And it's doing very well. Buyers, you know, you got back above $5.75, $6. Buyers defended it for a while, and now you're rallying again and making higher highs than that high from November 7th. And if you break 763, you're probably going right back up to $9 to $10. Nice sharp for now. And hey, bearish 5-0 though, getting close if you're not at it already. You are at the pattern completion zone of a bearish 5-0, right? Bearish 5-0 is the 50%, right? You have the shark. After the shark completes, the asset would rally 50% of the way, and at the 50% retrace, that is another harmonic called the bearish 5-0. And you're at it past 3 days. Gotta wonder how that will perform. Will we react much at all? It's wintertime. I don't know. The music, you don't hear it. Dude, you know, crazy. Sorry. Okay. That's your natural gas, and then we can look at others, man. We got all kinds of stuff, man. We got live cattle futures, which has been just like ungodly, like unstoppable at a 1414. It used to be a 1618. I don't know what happened to TradingView. They changed things. You know, we've had this thing plotted for a long time now, and it was at a 1618. They changed something, now it's a 1414. I don't know. The weirdest thing ever. I mean, a 1618 now is up here, but this is just getting really weak, and you could continue to see a squeeze upward, but not likely, man. I think eventually you're gonna get some sort of, and you'll eventually get what you got on hog futures, like something just stupid. Like remember the receding volume identified, the right shoulder. Okay, man, and then it just gapped down 25% overnight. And look at it now. Look at hog futures today, obliterated. I mean, pretty much making the absolute lowest candle close since January today. Down almost 4%, trading like an S-coin. Hog futures. That's good, man. We can afford bacon again. Hi in the chat. Most of these formal supports been broken. I mean, there's so many peaks and valleys, man, on this one. It's ridiculous. It's just a forest of peaks and valleys. 77. If you break 77, you're screwed. I think below 77 is like $58. So you think eventually, like live cattle futures will do the same thing. It's just not yet. You know, I found out I was hanging out with some friends and some new friends, and one's a commodity trader. Actually, he's a lumber futures trader. That's all he does. That's all they do is trade that. He was telling me about orange juice. You know, it had the lowest crop yields since 1949, but I guess I didn't really know. There's some sort of like bubonic plague going on in orange juice called greening, like green, but it's ing, the greening. And it's been wiping out farms, and he's gone down there for a conference before, and he's taught the farmers, and it's like killing them. So speaking of that, we could just look at it. The orange juice moon boys. So excited. Not today, but you know, still so elevated after completing that beautiful bearish butterfly. Reacted pretty much perfectly, and still hasn't retaken those highs or anything. All that bearish divergence. You gotta wonder when this is gonna give, and when is it gonna do what hog futures did. You know, will it, or will it get all-time highs first? Hog's cheaper than the bugs. Getting there, not yet, but yeah, getting there. Okay, so still elevated commodities. A lot of others have rolled over. They're done for, you know, like hogs and like coffee. Done, dude. Just, it's old, man. 886 eventually, if you wait. It might take 6 months, but you'll probably eventually get $104 again.
If you notice this notice, you will notice that this notice is not worth noticing. Can we have a CXW update, Mitch? Don't think we have had an update for a while.
CXW update? We can't. We can. I mean, like, oh, it was down 2% today. And it's like, you look at the daily chart, weekly chart. I can't even tell, right? Well, look, thank you, dude. On the list. So coffee futures, you know, you broke that level. You can go way lower, man. Full reset. What about rice, though? Because rice futures was awesome. Still so elevated. Look at the bids that came in, man. It's 1760 goes to 1793. I'm thinking it could still be a type 2 return here of the harmonic, but it's also like reaccumulation. You could take this out and just, you know, think about Bulkowski here, reaccumulation, like the higher low. It's like, what is this turning into? Just this massive, I mean, to me, probably turning into some Wyckoff distribution eventually, you know. It's hard to see this thing continuing to do what it's been doing. You need to see what it's been doing. It's insane. It's like Rice futures, the new Bitcoin. Unstoppable. But it's crazy though, because you haven't even hit like an 886 from the all-time high as 23.28. There's not much resistance up here, but look, you can't. Market participants are unable to get the price above 1844, a very real peak reversal area from 2011. In fact, really, they haven't even been able to test that 1834. So I figured you'd test it, even if you're going to fail in reverse. That's the next. That's that level, and above that's kind of green pastures. I'm about to say green skies. Green skies, bluegrass. Beautiful. Anyway, and you know, this is one that's not done, but then you got ones like cotton futures that is done. It's done, dude. Going back down to $72 eventually. 65 after that. That's been the hard target since the top, 65. Well, it was 97, broke that. Now it's 65. So be waiting. Way lower. Coal futures. I mean, Peabody Energy. Didn't have a good day today, down 2.75%, but it's another one like CXW where it's like, it was down almost 3%. I can't tell. Still like broke that resistance. Still showing stupid accumulation. Really nice uptrend for now. But yeah, someone could try to argue and say, hey, it's an M shape or it's a W shape. Maybe, man. Just, okay. Anyway, just spending some time. It's Monday. We look at all these commodities, and some people get bored. But again, it's like, does it matter? It's a chart, dude. This is traditional technical analysis. When we go across the markets. Okay, like sugar was at a major inflection point where this is exactly where it could reverse. Well, it's continued to, you know, this is, you know, that was it, right? 20 cents up, nice up thrust. Gotta wonder, are we doing some sort of Wyckoff distribution, or is it that was it then? That, I mean, now we should be going into the last phase where there's last points of supply, where we eventually make our way to 17.5 cents again, and then we collapse from there. And you think it would get back in line with something like coffee futures? It's just been so elevated. Sugar, dude. Speaking of sugar, maybe we just go to the Tootsie Roll chart that I believe made all-time highs today. Yeah, the split, there was a split that happened that screwed up my Gartley, but this was an old trade setup. Anytime a split happens, it ruins the trading view. So you just got to readjust. I had to do this on multiple other assets over the years. But it was legit. Like, H.M. Gartley himself would have been proud, okay, of this one. Because this is the one that, like, something insane happened. I think Wall Street Bets or something, and it made the trade setup play out, like, in days. But yeah, if you forget the craziness and you just look at it, I mean, like, very methodical uptrend continued. And it's like, think about big tech and all these assets, PayPal and Square and Spotify and Shopify. All these just big names just getting destroyed. And then you got actual Tootsie Roll. They just make sugary diabetes pills virtually. And it's hitting all-time highs virtually, right? And not the stupid scam wig that took you to 55.60. But you look at that, or you look at this chart, unreal. And then you go to Weight Watchers, which is virtually the inverse of this, right? Yeah. Price action, definitely inverse. And this thing was down 7% today. And guess what? Getting back to that all-time low, way back from 2015. When you break that, who knows, man? Price discovery. Weight Watchers maybe $3 and 2, each $1 at a time, I guess. My God, man, the audio is too loud. Until it's over 30, it's like bad. Yeah, that's what I did today. I pinged you in the general chat in the Discord. If you were there, you got that. It's crazy, yeah. You do this one, and then you can just do add, and then you just do TR, and it's whack, man. Tootsie roll. Look at that. I mean, the divergence, you know. This was like very similar to like Tesla, you know, before Biden got in. Tesla was mooning, and then energy was collapsing. They were so inverse correlated, and that's the way it looks now. Look at that, right? So it's clearly real that diabetes has won. The diabetes moon boys did it. And Michelle Obama and the health nuts have lost the war. It's over, dude. Sorry. I wish it wasn't like that, man. It just is, you know. That's how we are, man. That's America now. Let's just give it all up, dude. Give it up. Let's destroy ourselves any way we can. Because no one else could destroy us, only ourselves. And we're doing a wonderful job of that. Okay, so we got some requests, man. We got some requests. Did we want to look at any more commodities? Everyone rolling their eyes says no. Fine, we'll go to the request. Let's see here. What was the first one on deck? I know it was Doge, but we looked at that before even Ethereum. Ape to the US dollar tether. We'll go to it now. The commentary was, is it ready? Is it prime for a short? Well, down to these levels, it's not really like the best, but you are at a supply line, or near it anyway. What do you say? 8-hour bearish retails? Gosh dang it, hold on. He says 8-hour. When it's hitting like all-time lows or near it, it's not the best. I mean, there's always going to be more limited downside anytime an asset from its low to high has retraced 100% and has rallied off of it a little bit. But yeah, I mean, like, look, you do have a very real level that just cannot be broken. Maybe this time. But I don't think you're really showing any sort of real bearish divergence. Class B bearish divergence. How can you show Class B bearish divergence when you're not double topping? You're making a much lower high. Okay, hidden bearish divergence argument on the RSI. You were very overbought. You were the most overbought you've been since July. So yeah, when you were that overbought in July, you pulled back before rallying one more time. So again, normally you're looking for, you know, 886s, but yeah, you're getting to a point where, I mean, the asset off its all-time low, it's up. I mean, it's up like 64% in 2 weeks from its lows. I would imagine, like, look, this local level I have from June, September, October, even November, it was always support. What is it going to be now? It's flipping to maybe resistance. So yeah, maybe. And I guess if you were doing that, you would just target for 307, just that low again. Because it's like straight down, up, down, and then up, and then it would be down. Like that would be a target, you know? So but I'm not one to be like, think there are better areas to go short on things. Yeah, that's it. That's it, man. We'll see. High to low. It got to nearly the 618 before rolling over. And then from this high to low, went to a 50% before rolling over. And now where is it from this high to the low? It's at a 618. So if it's going to just repeat history on either 50% or 618 before it rolls over, you're at it. I mean, you're at those levels. So let's see. If history repeats itself, you'd be rolling over here, right? Okay. Let's go to Atom for Exhibit. All right, it's been getting wrecked. I figured 852, but it hasn't seen it yet, and that makes me feel like it very well could. There's some bullish divergence on the 8 hour. It manifested into some sort of rally, but it's pathetic. It's like Bitcoin and Ethereum right now, just like what? You're locally making lower highs. The daily is a little concerning because you can clearly see like a low to a high. You're not at an 886. I mean, like probably the best area for you to take a shot on Atom would be like 730. It's like that high from 2019. It would also be an 88% retrace at the same time, low to high. Yeah, right around there, 685 to 726. You'd be completing like a bat pattern, right? You'd be completing that complex wave structure. Talking about something like this. 886, right? I mean, that'd be amazing. Like that, you know, it just makes the most sense.
Speaking of short, Costco ready to go down. Cost.
What's up, Commas, man? We'll look. Okay. We will look. So if the B point has just been breached and formally backtested as resistance this weekend. October 14th, the B point, you rallied and tested as resistance on the 26th. So that's a bad action magnet move. You know, that's not really what you just would want to wait for a better entry, I think. Okay, Exhibit. I know you want the 4 hour. We looked at it for a minute, but doesn't this make some sense, you know? You're lining up fib nodes with a key inflection point. And it could be amazing, because by the time you get there, you could be showing some daily bullish divergence. There is no edge right now. No edge right now on the daily. Tesla, we already looked at it. Thanks again, Mr. Singh. Pulse Miller's Dogecoin coin. Terrible, dude, right? When we say this, it's awful. It was real bad. And now it's even worse, right? Even worse, you broke support. Grandma, if you shouldn't tell Grandma about this right now, man. You know we talked about the 886. You know we did yesterday. We had not broken support yesterday. We have now. And you're thinking like 285, 886. I thought, did this thing go to $2, 190? This is certainly not a cup with handle. I hope you understand it. Not cup with handle. This is more like a fractal of its former self, where you just got something like this going on, you know, like. I get it. The 618 on B, the lower high on C, so that means 786. Dang, man, it's near it, but it hasn't touched it yet. I have problems with, I mean, like, I get harmonics and stuff, but harmonics, you really want the harmonics to be like, hey, Atom, right? A completion zone of the harmonic happens to line up with a key inflection point from history. In fact, the first all-time high really ever, right? The big one. This doesn't line up. This doesn't make any sense. 786. Not even really an 886. So I just think below 452, I want nothing to do with Pulse Dogecoin coin until it gets back above it. That's it. When you get back above it, let's talk. Because then a back test of that resistance becomes support and then maybe an entry or something. But for now, I would say there's probably more downside, at risk of sounding arrogant here. Hello, chat. Y'all there? Stream on? Flying like a fruit fly on total. So much downside if this breaks. It hasn't broken yet, so it's like, hey, you're a fruit fly. And you exist, and you're flying around. That's where you are. But you know how easy it is to swat a fruit fly. CXW. Of course, Civic. It was down 0.33% today. Recovered a little bit, but this one, man, is like sit it and forget it, man. You don't worry about it. You let this thing go insane over 6 months. Right, it's uptrending since the COVID crash, but more recently it has sprung back above a 950 area that goes to 2009. Above 2009, really good things could happen, as they have before. I know looks like you tested that $13 low. Okay. I mean, just like when you're above 950, I think the things that could happen to this eventually are amazing. We're talking a spring and a back test of a spring. Hidden bullish divergence. You're at the 200-week moving average right now. And it's just one where it's pretty low risk, you know, for holding in your portfolio long term. I get it though, bad times, but this is a completed. This is insane. It's a 7,000 plus day large harmonic. I don't think you will find one this large, this structurally sound, right? Look at the monthly chart, springing back testing the spring, engulfing candle in October, follow through this month, 1 day, 20 hours till this is, confirmed or the candle closes. And when you're above this low, very good, 886. That's it, man. This is like one where it's an investment. You're not even trading it. It's like you're going long because we understand key levels, and we're almost playing it on the monthly, where I don't really care. I'll hold this for maybe a year. It might be longer than a year. Again, because the harmonic size, some of y'all weren't even alive when this thing bottomed out in 2000 and began its development. And now it is complete as of January 2021. Okay. Anonymous, thanks, dude. Hopefully that suffices for an update, you said. Costco, well, I mean, hard to argue against the 150 hot dogs, right? He says, go short? What? Oh, man. What an uptrend so far, mother of God. Yeah, it's been all over the place, right? Lower low, lower high, but then a higher low, but then a lower high. So it's pretty neutral. I mean, I get you're at the supply line, right? You're actually above it, really, by a little bit. Falling back into that would probably be pretty good. But man, it'd be really cool if you could get like from this high to this low and 886, you're 74%, 76% retrace. 551 would be like a completed W. You're always looking for those W's to complete. If you're like, you want it to be like, hey, if we're nearing a major inflection point, you want it to be at an 88% retrace. But at the same time, you'd want it to also have a completed W shape. So like an 886, like 550, that'd be the ticket right there. That'd be awesome, if you were wanting to give it a shot. But I don't know, man. Costco is in that category of defensive, and we've been in a downtrend for about a year, or getting closer and closer to a year, and it's not performed that bad. I'd be, you're probably looking, if you're trying to look for shorts, one could try to look for the crappiest, trashiest performing sectors, industries of the bear trend, right? This one's not too bad, right? You're making higher lows. Like think about tech and stuff. Like look at just for instance, Gartner. was a tough one, man. It's like, what the heck, man? This is internet software services nearing an 886, but still hasn't even gotten there. You're so close. I mean, look at these things. Could be beautiful, right? Looks like U.S. oil. Unfilled gaps below you. I just think there are ones out there that are probably better to short than Costco, because Costco has been performing relatively well. This one's been performing pretty freaking well too, unbelievably, right? But then you got stuff like Qualcomm. Look at this. Look what it's doing as of like today. All right, remember that time there was this resistance, September of 2020, and then only support after many different times. And now, for the second effing time, Qualcomm market participants have failed. The buyers have failed to get the price back above that key level that you desperately needed to be back above it. You're not. It's now resistance. It's flipped. And it's not one time. It's now 2 times. Even locally, it's 2 times, right? Bearish abandoned baby, still real. And like you see looking left, I mean, what could happen? This thing could from here make fresh lows and run on down to $89, $94. So there are ones like Qualcomm, SNTech. It's at inflection points off a little scrub rally. Okay, it's second time now. So yeah, just like there are many ones out there. You got to scan. A lot of charts, and I think the financials are getting ready to. Said this last week. Look like financials look like they're getting ready to dump, and they started to today. Bad. XLE though. This is what I'm talking about. While the Dow Jones probably getting ready to be done. Look at this, man. Okay, on this stream, I'm showing you where is this all happening. The XLE is hitting the high of highs, May of 2008. That is exactly where it reversed and went down insane amounts. Okay, well, it happens to also be from the highest high from 2014 before the oil glut, the high, to the lowest low, the COVID crash low. It is an 88% retrace. Oh, the 886. Oh, like a massive shark pattern. Like I could plot it, right? I don't think there's a need, but just for the sake of getting it through, it's an 886, like type 2 return of sorts, where one time no one knows, right? But then the second time, possibly everyone knows.
ADT stock.
What's up, Mobus? Thanks for the 15. Yeah, we can look at that. All right, so one time, and then the type 2. I want to get Scott Carney on here to yay or nay, give us the blessing or not. He is the harmonic pope. But you buyers tried to break the 886, tried to break the 2008 high, but they failed now again. As of today, it's a failure, right? You gapped down, you were down 2.74%. As you can see right there, that's not above, that's below. Heck, on the 4 hours, I got head and shoulders. 60-minute, 4-hour head and shoulders at the 886. So talk about low risk for a short. It could fail. You get destroyed. You get stopped. I mean, destroyed as in like your idea becomes invalid very fast and it starts breaking up to it goes to 102. All right, whatever. You stopped out at $95. Move on with your day. It sucks. But like, oh my God, man, if not here, completing an 886 second time and here, when, like when would you this is just using traditional technical analysis, and a way to give you a way to manage your risk at really easy to size up places. This is it, man. This is the spot. If not here, probably never, right? All right. That was kind of just going on, with looking at things that are actually at really interesting areas, potential reversal. ADT, which was it was that security company, right? I haven't looked at this in a while. It's kind of had a range here, initial touch points, and not a fun one. Well, it's so choppy. Ridiculous chop and all these fake outs. I love the price action here. Look at this. You back tested the springs. Pretty nice. And you've rallied off of it, but now what are you doing? You're nearing the top of the range again. Like we're 982 historically. Not every time, but historically you do reverse there, so starting to get weird. Definitely a rising, well, maybe not. It's eyeballing right here, and it's like, is that a rising wedge? It's like, oh my god, it almost looks like one, but maybe it's just like a channel. Yeah, it's just like a channel, but right here, it's kind of like you're doing something like that. You know, it does seem a little bit wedgy, doesn't it? Upsloping price contraction in ways, you know? Mobus. So maybe it could get to 960, 980 and still be in the wedge and maybe showing some really strong bearish divergence or something. It doesn't really show that yet, but okay, so you're getting near the top. Like this is where normally it reverses out. Now you've broken them before, I know, I get it, but just like you have fallen below $7, you normally get back above it. So you're getting towards the top of the threshold of these ranges, right? Bitcoin being a fruit fly, but has not been swatted yet. Okay, that was the last request. I've been live for an hour and 12 minutes. Man, I'll tell you, dude. These bear markets. Whew, being a streamer. Like, no one's typing, dude. Like, where'd y'all go? You'll give me nothing to like, hey, I get done with all these analysis and I want to talk with chat. Well, there's no one to talk to. No one says anything. It's just like static video time. All right. Did I do something to offend y'all? Going back to Bitcoin. Ugly. So ugly, man. Can you imagine just like after rejecting 60, this, and then it's like bullish divergence at lower levels, and then it might be awesome for a reversal. There is no moon boy hope. Well, unless you're talking about Doge, because there's plenty of moon boy hope there, but there's been that. Also, you want to see something that's nuts in crypto that's relatively similar to Doge? Band is kind of crazy. I'm talking like really crazy in ways. All right, I had this kind of set up better over at the other place on my laptop. Just give me a sec. So you just think about an asset that is range bound. Okay. Hidden bullish divergence developing. But then you got like, let's go like the 8 hour or something. Just a few candles. A few more candles. And you just got like this freaking M shape completed. And then but then the higher lows above the 200 moving average. And just you're like on near break. I mean, you were on breakout watch, but you pulled back and you could go back to 158. But like if you break $2, crazy stuff happens. So this one, like the trend has reversed for now where it's making higher highs. Well, I guess it's not as good as Doge in some ways, but it's cool to see like when you sold off and got to that low November 9th, it was a higher low than the previous low from November 2nd. And then you create or complete the M shape. And that gives you another higher low than the previous low. So there's accumulation going on band for now. But yeah, again, you were on breakout watch, but you have not been able to break out. In fact, you have failed to break out for now, down 2.2%. Everyone's at the gym, man. Everyone's lifting iron, listening to the analysis, man. People on keto. $11.6K is the strongest support on Bitcoin. 14K is virtually not even a support. But I keep talking about 14K because it is a peak. It is one time in history. Bitcoin reversed there violently, ended a mini cycle at that 14K level. That's why it's talked about. But it's never been a support. It's only been a resistance once, right? A reversal area to the downside. So it could do what Ethereum did to one of its peaks that had never been formally backtested as support and just cut through it, capitulate through it like a hot knife through butter. So I'm thinking like 11,600 is your strongest area. With Bitcoin, you have the 1.618 at like 13K. And I think I have it on one of these other charts, but I'll show you real quick. Let's plot it here. 886, lower high. Oh man, it's still so active. You're just waiting for the last nasty wave down that takes you to $13,900. 13,874. What's that, man? It's a daily candle high close from June of 2019. Well, is it? Maybe not. It's not actually. It's actually the peak. What in the? Okay, I guess 14K is the 161. I forgot. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Got some vocals going on. Whew. Yeah, so 14K first stop, because at that point, you'll probably be so oversold that there'll probably be a reaction there. But it doesn't mean like things are going to go well for you, okay? Oh, I get it. This is local. Wow. Okay, I'm sorry. Forgive me. This is locally valid, and that's probably where you're headed. But this is little brother. This is mini me, and this is mega me or whatever, okay? 1618. I was gaslighting myself. The 1618 is 13K. Yes, I knew it. This is the big one. So you have more downside. So locally, just barely, since the dump on the 9th, you have this one and this one. So kind of like everything's saying and screaming with Fibonacci extensions between 13K and 14K. Mega Man, yeah, whatever, yeah. Yeah, it's only a couple thousand away, exactly. That's like what makes plenty of sense. There's no like real supports. I mean, you can keep saying this is a great level. It's just one time, and it's been reacting there. But you're so close to breaking it. You're technically, right now as I'm speaking to you, are below that level. Below $16,200 is below it, which means only 13.9 to 13K.
Thanks for entertainment while driving Mart. Hot/USDT going to 0.0000700.
Yeah, we'll look at it, Nick, right now. Thanks, dude. Might. Is the shit with the ball about it. Go down and say the KOS about it. Oh, yeah. What is that? A good idea? I'll try that. With very good that. 0.07. Well, you're like a fruit fly here, like Bitcoin. You're just sitting above 1.5 tenths of 1 cent. Once that breaks for real, you got to target all the way down at like 1/10 of 1 cent. If you don't hold that, I mean, I think you definitely would react there. You chop around like you have before these other levels. Below that, it takes you to 0.5 of 1 cent. Some strong levels down there. So yeah, you have a lot further to fall. Yep. Pretty bad. Don't exit, mate. Did grab bed exit, mate. I don't know, man. I'm not very good at accents, except for some reason I'm able to do a Jamaican accent relatively well, but any accent I try to do always turns into a Jamaican accent. So we all have our talents, right? Doing accents is not mine. I can't believe it too. Figured I'd be okay at it. Yeah, hot, man. Lower. Well, I mean, you're above 1.5 of 1 cent. But once that for real breaks, when Bitcoin legs down again eventually, that's where hot goes.
4 hours on Caspa. Seems to move inverse from rest of market since June. Worth longing?
What's up, Warren, man? So we have like, just for the quality of the stream, and it's like, hey man, it's like $15 minimum on like for formal requests and stuff like that. I mean, I can look at the chart and just tell you, but you can't see the chart, and I'll just be like, oh, it's good or bad. Caspa, some S coin, dude. I would say without looking at the chart, no. Looking at the chart, no. How could you even want to do that? No, good God, no. Oh my God, no. That worth a long. It's just like this thing could be down 80% in a day. So yeah, it's been rallying since October 31st or November 1st. It could keep going, man, but I wouldn't count on it, dude. It's on some weird off-brand exchange. No thanks, dude. Just not my thing, man. Appreciate the contribution, though. You understand that. I do appreciate it. But there are rules, unfortunately. Girls don't give a fudge. Well, one's in here. She loves bugs. Eating bugs. Miss Teen Crypto, what's up? She was talking about... She was trying to get me to try a scorpion pie. And I said it sounded delicious. But, yeah. I don't, She just had to teach me how to cook it, because, like, that's maybe one of her specialty dishes. I don't know. Okay, so, just looking at a random... It's your random S coin of the day. Engine coin that had already had, it had 24% downside on it, but it's lost value. So it still has 18.7% more downside, not oversold in the bearish control zone. It's miserable, dude. This is like 99% of cryptos are like engine coin, where they've broken key supports already, or they're flirting with it for the last time until the last remaining demand is absorbed by the sellers in supply, and then it marks down when Bitcoin wants to flush out. So it's bad, real bad. Oh, we didn't even look at Sol. Poor Sol. Yeah, right. Not poor at all. Well, very, very poor. But I mean, like, I have no empathy or sympathy for Sol. You know, you say, oh, poor scorpions in our scorpion pies, because we sympathize. But on Sol, it's like poor, like poverty Sol, and no sympathy, empathy. So, you know, you're just coming on back down to 1246. Once it breaks, $5 Sol. And that's, you won't even believe it. It's well over 50% downside. It's 60% downside on Sol. Look what you're doing. Like, just locally. And before, someone out there, inverse head and shoulders, bro. Yeah, good luck with a pretty much confirmed scam. In the bearish control zone, but not oversold. Terrible. Just awful. This team crypto really wants to go line dancing. Our number one thing she talks about is bugs. Number two, line dancing. Well, I guess number one's Bitcoin. Number two, Scorpion Pies. Number three, line dancing. Another one that's just on the cusp. And no, man, for now, Justin Sun and all the communists, they're all together. They're pooling their resources to defend 4.9 at 5 cents. But I'm telling you, man, of course it could rally here because it's holding, but the context implies less market participants involved with Tron every single time. And once 5 cents is gone, straight down to a minimum of 3 cents, 3.1 cents, and then below that's 1.2 cents. Man, it's like descending triangle much? Yeah, like for real. It is Bitcoin in 2018. It's like a fractal. Should be ready. Just don't know when. What about QNT that had been looking pretty good? It was 1%er in terms of technical strength. QNT. Still above the level. Still making higher lows, and that's okay. And it's kind of been weak past couple days, but you can... buyers can keep you above $100. I mean, the low, then the high, then the higher low, the higher high, the higher low, the higher high, the higher low. What's going on, man? The trend is changing. At least it has been. And you're above old levels from history. Oh, wow. Sorry, I've been streaming in the zone. So, right, I mean, like, it's above the 200-day moving average. I bet we got a golden cross. Nope. We had the golden cross way back. We've had some golden crosses. Was Litecoin one that had the golden cross? Yeah, look at the golden cross on Litecoin. Just on Thanksgiving Day. Here's some turkey and a golden cross. Okay, nice golden cross on the daily. It's beautiful, isn't it, right now? I mean, you're above all the moving averages. It's solid, man. Like, look at that. That's beautiful. That's the dream. That's the way moving averages should look when you want more upside. So strong, 1.64% up on the new day. Yeah, and you know, if things stay like this, $84. If you ever break $84, $105. Gorgeous. Think there was another one. Can't really remember on the top of my head. I looked at a lot of friggin' charts. I can't remember if it was Doge or not. I think so. Doge was a little bit earlier. It was on the 10th of this month. But that is a very real golden cross. And I really like, not just the golden cross. I love on this one, the Gaussian. The Gaussian, I think, is gorgeous, right? Look at the way it's pointing upward. You're above the inner band multiple times. You're above all the resistance. I mean, Doge is like technically sound, man. For now, until things, right now, with the current data we have, sound, solid. Until a crash, but we're good for now. It's over? What? Not many, dude, like I'm telling you, these are special. QNT kind of, Doge for sure, kind of Litecoin. What was the other one again? Oh, Band. I think Band might have been the one. Yes, a nice golden cross on Band on the 21st, 22nd. But again, this one's not above, it's at a reversal area, so better be careful. Historically, if you fail to break this, you could be going down to 121 again. It is not superior, it is inferior to Doge, because Doge is without a doubt broken above its levels and successfully back tested those levels as support as of yesterday. Band hasn't done that. You can see the levels. Like the candle high close and that first wick, that's the zone, clear inflection. Break that, break 195, break $2, and then we'll talk about Band being amazing. It's pretty good, but could be way better, right? Yes, we already looked at QNT. All right, so Bitcoin's hanging on, man. It's hanging on for now. Better count yourself lucky.
I didn't know there was minimum.
So Warren, yeah, it's cool, dude. Well, I don't think you're gonna want to look at it. It's not much to look at, right? Caspa. I think the MEX chart. This, I mean, it's like it's cool and all. It's it's been uptrending since November 1st, right? It's been it's been going, but there's nothing to do here. Like there's no inflection points, there's no data. It's just going up, and any time could go down. There's just nothing to work with here on this, okay? Can't even fib extension it. You can't do anything. There's just nothing I can do as an analyst on this chart besides saying, wow, number go up. Nice. Up 5.5% today. If anything, look, you keep making these highs. You keep showing slightly lower levels on the oscillator. And the receding volume on the higher highs, that's diverging. So, I mean, it could, of course, moon, but eventually, you keep doing this, eventually you'll pull back. All right. So I think we've covered a lot today. I mean, that is a lot of charts, dude. Someone go tally up how many charts we legitimately looked at on stream. So this is what we got. You got a local structure in development. It's not confirmed. It's just like you see it though, right? Like lower highs locally and then the same low. Okay, below 40 on the RSI daily. It is pathetic, dude. This is pathetic price action. Can't give you any solace. And you're fine together now at the same time. You're fine like a fruit fly, dude, because you're so close to death and despair. This close to eating the bugs. Klaus Schwab will be waiting down here because you're participating and you just want to be long while this goes down. I mean, you won't be able to afford those stakes because you saw the live candle futures chart. Insane. You can get some imitation meat, beyond meat crap. I hear they're having trouble. Revenue's sinking because no one wants to eat that crap. And they can't gaslight people into wanting to eat it on Twitter anymore, so they're all caps. Yeah, well, you live in New York, so guh. Everything's too expensive in New York. up there in Brooklyn, eh? I'm gonna get the gabagool. Yeah, so right, the gabagool, eh?
Gabagool. Over here.
What? What you talking about, dude?
All I know is you never had the makings of a varsity athlete.
All right, Bitcoin up on the day, 0.01%. Jesus chimes, Cabot. I'm not concerned with Bitcoin. I'm concerned with Doge. Okay. I mean, above 9 cents, I am Doge moon boy. Okay. Think of your patron. If you're in our Discord community, you kind of get that. You kind of get like, this is technical superiority, impeccability. Doge like upside is crazy, like ridiculous. Like 13 cents from here to 15. I mean, this thing's like, oh, there's just 30 to 50 to 60 to 80, 90% upside on Doge where it is right now. I hope you get that. You get the trend reverse, right? You're not in a bear trend anymore. Like you're legitimately in a confirmed midterm uptrend. You only make higher highs, higher lows. You're in the midst of, you just made your higher lows with confirmation. Guess what you're working on doing next? Making a higher high than your previous high. No way. That can't be done. That's crazy. That's stupid. Yeah, right. Well, guess what? When you're back testing formally old resistance as support, that's exactly what can happen. Some of us are up substantially already on this. But just don't worry, it's not over. Probably not over. And just wait. You just wait until we get a stupid 3 a.m. tweet from Elon about Dogecoin. You just wait, man. Because we haven't had that yet. We didn't even need Elon. The technicals were so superior, we didn't need Elon to tweet for us to get above, to actually formally break out and backtest the breakout. That is disgusting. Cockroach French fries. Cockroach nothing. Like, you know, I feel like if I was into bugs, it would not be roaches, dude. Roaches are like the worst. I'm trying to think here about more bug recipes for y'all to try at home. So we could do, we could try like Huntsman spider crab cakes. Instead of crabs, they're cakes. So it's like spider cakes. Right? Y'all would do that, right? Spider cakes. And then you would actually eat the spider. It's a bug. It's not an insect, but it's a bug. Come on, dude. Like, y'all gotta help me. What? I was thinking about, can't believe it. There's many insects and bugs. Fire ants, Caesar salad, cricket casserole. It's pretty vanilla. I want some exotic bug dishes, okay? Come up with them. Roly-poly hummus. Praying mantis sauce. Praying mantis yum yum sauce. Is there a bug chart? Bug. Global cybersecurity ETF. This is as close as we're getting to bug. Not a good chart. Wow, that's pretty. Oh my god. Hey, the bubble popped. Look at that. That's a really. This is the bug. BUG, right? This is a 3 falling peaks pattern. This is gorgeous. Oh, I bet it's even more beautiful on the weekly. Oh my god, look at the head and shoulder stuff, man. Like the neckline. This is pretty gnarly chart here. So this was the neckline and you've broken. So this is a bug chart. It's kind of whacked out, Quasimodo looking a. But dang, man. I think it's more like kind of like this, but also now the classic distribution structure. and you have a formal breakout or breakdown. But dang, man, at the same time, you're showing triple bullish divergence here. Contradicting variables, right? This is implying a massive reversal is being implied, right? Like, it's nice. So you just got to wonder. I mean, if it's below support, but is showing seller exhaustion, I wonder what could happen here. That's very pretty, but I have concerns. Centipede, sashimi, in before dysentery. Patty pillar, caterpillar patties for burgers. You know what I found out about escargot? I learned that escargot was actually, the idea of it was invented during like a French famine. So it's almost like escargot is the bugs of the past. But escargot is so good. Like all drenched in butter and garlic, a little bit of breading on top. So good. But yeah, it was the bugs back in the day. Ethereum's pumping, bro. Is it really, man? It's up 0.65%. Let's go, dudes. Hardly call that pumping. But yeah, that's not pumping. But I am pleased that it has not collapsed. Look, dude, I don't really care about these because they're terrible. Technically, they very well could pump and break resistance and all. They're trash technically. Like they are garbage. They are showing distribution undeniably over and over and over again. But if they rally, the ones we have identified that are not garbage, the very few select ones, right? We've handpicked. Like we would handpick our roly-poly bugs. We handpicked the S coins. They will do unbelievably well. They will play out so well and outperform if Bitcoin and Ethereum and BNB hold on and do the pump, right? This is what we hope. All we need is Bitcoin, Ethereum, just go sideways and everything will play out for the outperformers, the strong ones, right? Oh, dude, listen to this song. I don't like this song, bro. How was that even on the watch list or the playlist? I'm embarrassed, man. Not really into tribal chants. Hey, Bitcoin, 16,233. Back above the level, man. Great news. You know what that means. Dogecoin up 2%. There we are. Very, very strong. Nothing else really up that much. Zcash up 1.45%. Again, just kind of a joke, man. Just a dumpster fire. A dumpster fire type of coin that just collapsed. Remember, Zcash, I believe, went below the 27. It made its lowest price. Well, since April 2020, it was Dash that made the 2017 lows. Just awful. So, I mean, like, oh, it's up 1.45%. No one cares. Awful. It could go all the way up to $46. Not going to care. Bitcoin Cash, well, man, my guy, holding on for dear life, but only lower highs, never higher highs, right? That tweezer bottom, though, still, actually, the daily is very interesting, right? If you don't adjust, you leave the trend line alone. Look at that. I mean, that is a real spring and a back test of a spring as of yesterday. So you're talking about you want to take a long on Bitcoin Cash. This is the lowest risk area you could ever get. I mean, I think it could very well fail. I mean, you got hidden bearish divergence on the daily. It could collapse. But just look, right? It's not a joke. It's very real. This goes back to, look, January of 2019. You broke above it the spring. You back tested it formally yesterday as support. That's a back test of a spring. If it's successful, you could go to moon. You could go to insanely high levels. Tweezer bottom. Does that make sense? It's like bad oscillator, bad trend, but interesting local technical developments on Bitcoin Cash. It's, wouldn't you think, hey man, I could just set a stop loss maybe around like 102, 103, somewhere down there? Because the argument that I've just presented becomes completely invalid when Bitcoin Cash falls below 105, 104.81, right? It's over. The argument becomes strong to not long, to not own Bitcoin Cash. That is why one would have their stop loss somewhere marginally below that 2018 low. 2019 low, excuse me. Right? Get it? So that's a pretty tight stop, and it's strategic. And there's a lot of upside if it holds, right? You're risking a little bit to win potentially a lot. Risk to reward, reward to risk, RR, R2R. Bugweiser, wash it down. Wash down your Bitcoin Cash gains with a Bugweiser. Fermented bugs. Please don't tell me that's a thing. We live on Earth. We've been around for so many years, so many thousands of years. Humans, like, right? Tens of thousands of years. People have fermented bugs, haven't they? I don't know it. I have not ever researched this, but I'm assuming bug fermentation is real, right? No, Cody, I'm down here in the South. I'm in the heart of Dixie. I'm in the deep South, man. There is no bug fermentation down here, dude. Bueller. My Ethereum ticker's messed up, dude. No one knows, thank God. Yeah, the fact that y'all don't know is good. Very interesting development here on Bitcoin Cash. Please don't ignore it, because it's like you don't have to take action on it either. Just please tell me on your own chart as a viewer, you're going to plot this because it's an old level from 2019. Just go plot it. And let's just see what happens. It can be so educational to identify a spring and a back test of spring. You don't have to long it. You might kick yourself if it plays out, but just pay attention, man or woman. Just pay attention to how the price action correlates to a key inflection point from history. Queen ant egg tostada. Oh, that'd be rough, man. I mean, like, you'd have to get all these different queens. Queen ants. Maybe that'd be like, you'd be getting like, no, you'd get chocolate covered queen ants, right? And it'd be like a delicacy. It'd be like truffles, you know, because they're, you know, high quality ants, the queen ant, right? Bigger, probably juicier or something. Fly caviar. Oh my God, dude. So awful, man. Sorry, I'm like feeling weird. Yep, new Pink Floyd song. Bug Floyd. How could it be tuna cakes if it's not tuna? It's bumblebee, right? So it's bumblebee cakes. It's not bumblebee tuna cakes. Yeah, like termite pork rinds. Well, termite rinds. We have to take out the name of the animal. Termite rinds. You could have like what already exists, mothballs. It would be like just you eat the mothball. The moth is in a ball. Yeah, I saw that. The crunch. What was the mystery crunch? Oh, gross. Infuse the scorpion juices. What the?
Bruh.
Double chocolate larva cake. I love it, man. Moth broth.
Appreciate your content, dude.
Appreciate the contribution to the 100% crowdsourced stream. Asterisk sack. Thank you, dude. The pounds, mate. Go across the pond, mate. Us word down in it. There's a bite. Bitcoin Cash, something else, but who cares about Bitcoin Cash when you look at Bitcoin? It's bad, man. It's so ugly. Bitcoin just like, you know, looking at this chart technically, this is like almost like real depression hours, dude. Well, we're not going to eat the bugs, or no, we're not going to own the bugs. Bill Gates's farm is going to produce them for us, right? We'll work out the Zabug mill, and that'll be part of our compensation. Okay, look, man. People's getting real hungry here. And yeah, so y'all just pay attention to what we talked about, which was a lot, right? That's crazy, man. Someone tallied up how many assets we formally looked at and analyzed. And y'all just like be really good and have a good evening and have a good dinner or breakfast or lunch, and don't eat the bugs. We were just kidding. Yeah, the bug talk got me hungry. Get out of here. No, it's dinner time for real. So, not related. Thanks for all the likes, love, support, contributions, everything between. Big shout out to Ross coming in, tipping $500, I believe, in the end. Thanks so much, dude, if you're out there. I'm happy y'all kept y'all's coach. Y'all gonna need him with Hugh Freeze coming back. Knows all y'all's plays. And how about that? This song is called, ironically and coincidentally, Departure. So until next time, respect the TA.
Bruh. Is that a joint?
I've given given him what he desires most in return.
And what's that?
Every piece of me.
My name is JP. I'm a robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei!
I have some evidence Man-Bear Pig could be in this area.
And then, just like that...
Adios, turd nuggets.